Cyclone MMA. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mason from Cyclone MMA, and you might notice I'm currently on a green screen, and the reason for that is I'm doing a tier list video. Basically, I'm going to break down all of the current UFC champions, and I'm going to rank them based on how true of a champion they are. This isn't necessarily something, based on their fighting abilities, but it's based on title defenses, resume as a champion, and just their overall body of work, with the UFC gold, on their belt. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started here with Amanda Nunes, who's the double champion. Obviously, she's going right to S tier. And real quick, I'm going to be really critical with these. So you might see some C tier champions, and I'm not saying they're bad fighters or anything like that. But I'm ranking them in terms of them being champions. So it's kind of a weird way to do it. But Amanda Nunes is definitely an S tier. She's the best female fighter of all time. Possibly one of the greatest definitely one of the greatest just overall fighters of all time. Bantamweight, featherweight champion. Extremely dominant, and just how can you not put her at S tier with everything that she's accomplished? Next is Davison Figuerado. He's, the BC area. I'm putting him at C. He's had 2 title fights, but one of them didn't really count because he missed weight, both against Joseph Benavidez. But he's in a division where it's not as strong currently, and it's growing. It is getting better. But he, just barely got his belt. He's about to defend it this Saturday. So if he wins, that could, bump him up to a B. But right now I'm putting him at the C level. Really excited to see what this guy's got in store in the future because he has a lot of skills. He's a really good fighter. Next is Izzy. He's going to be in, the A. I'm putting him in A. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset that I'm not putting him in S, but he's so close. He's one title defense away. He's been doing his thing. He got the interim belt against Gastelum, beat Robert Whittaker in, a crazy fashion. Basically knocked him out twice in that fight. And then, he had a boring fight against Romero and then a crazy masterclass of a fight against Paulo Costa. I think one more fight and he's an S-tier champion. But S-tier champion right now are those are the guys that if they retired now, they'd be a Hall of Famer in the UFC. And I think Izzy's close to that point, but he's not quite there yet. Next is Jan Blejovich, and I'm putting him with Davison in the C level. I was really happy when Jan won because he's, UFC veteran. He's had some losses that he came back from, and he's just a good dude. Like he definitely deserved to win the belt, and I'm excited to see, what he has next. I don't know if he's going to fight Izzy or if he's going to fight Glover, but I wish him the best of luck in the future. But right now he's a C champion. He just really got the belt. If he gets a few defenses, he certainly can climb up. But that brings us to Kamara Uzman. I'm going to put him right next to Izzy. He's an A-list champion. I think everyone was really surprised when he beat Tyron Woodley. Looking back, Tyron Woodley was one of the best welterweights of all time. There were people I was reading articles about hey, is Tyron Woodley going to, surpass George St. Pierre in most title defenses? He really wanted that claim to be the best welterweight, and I think Kamara just snatched that from him and made it so that wasn't going to be a possibility. Kamara Usman's been putting on masterclasses. He's been fighting really, really good. Destroyed Tyron Woodley for 25 minutes. Had a really, really good, fun fight with Colby Covington in which he broke his jaw. And, he put it on Jorge Masvidal as well. He's a really good fighter. Not the most entertaining, but he gets the job done. Next, we got Khabib. I'm putting him right there at S. I know there are some champions that are below him who have an equal amount of title defenses, but just the way that Khabib did it, just dominated, lost 1, maybe 2 rounds throughout his, his championship run. And he fought guys like McGregor, Poirier, and Gaethje, and just absolutely dominated all of those guys. Just, one of the all-time best fighters to ever do it. Next, we got Petr Yan. I'm trying not to just call him Peter because I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Piotr, but I might be getting that wrong. I'm putting him at C. I think this dude's going to be really, really good. What he did to Aldo, no one really does that to Aldo. I know Max Holloway knocked out Aldo twice. Yeah, he did it twice. But just Petr Yan just made Aldo look just didn't make him look good. He just beat him like a side of beef on the ground. What a weird thing to say. But he murked him. I mean, Volkanovski's another champion who's fought Aldo on this list, and Volkanovski couldn't get rid of Aldo. I know that was just a 3-rounder, but still, I believe that was a 3-rounder, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But I think Petr Yan has a bright future, and he's in a really, really good division with the bantamweight division. And you got the return of TJ Dillashaw. If he can get a win against him, it just, his stock goes up. But we're moving on to the heavyweight, Stipe Miocic, who I'm putting in S tier. And I know a lot of people might be surprised about that because I think Izzy is ahead of him in terms of pound-for-pound rankings. But Stipe is the man. I mean, I think he's the best heavyweight fighter of all time. He has like the most title defenses in the heavyweight division, which is, a division where one punch is all it takes to just knock your lights out. He beat Daniel Cormier twice. He beat JDS. He beat Fabricio Verdum. He just has a crazy resume. Beat Francis Ngannou. He's just like, he's underrated and underappreciated, and he's a champion, and he's the heavyweight champ, and it's time that dude gets some respect. Next, we got the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko. She is so... Oh, I want to give her an S. I want to give her an S so bad, but I'm going to go with A. It just feels wrong giving her A. If Amanda Nunes was not, a fighter, Valentina Shevchenko would be looked at as the best fighter of all time. And again, she's fighting this Saturday, so maybe with one more title defense, she does become an A in my book, but I just have to stick her in the S. Jesus Christ, I'm having a stroke. I'm putting her in the A with a title defense. She could, get that S ranking, but I'm putting her in A right now. Just extremely dominant. If your name's not Amanda Nunes, then you're not beating Valentina Shevchenko, and that's just how it goes. Next, we got Alexander Volkanovsky. He's a B. He put on a really, really good fight against Max Holloway in the first fight and even the second fight, but I did have him losing the second fight, and I think a lot of people, saw it the same way as I did. But he got the right people to, choose him as the winner. The judges, the only ones where it really matters. He's a great fighter, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. But for now, he's going to be a B guy until he gets another title defense or two. And next we got Whaley Zhang. I'm going to put her in B with Alexander Volkanovsky. She has, a lot of potential, and she had an absolute war with Joanna. And a lot of people thought Joanna won that. I thought it was just a really, really close fight that could have gone either way. But she's certainly a champion. She's certainly there to stay, and she's going to be, a force to deal with in that division for a long, long time. So, yeah, that's it. It kind of worked out nicely where there was 3 in every category. Well, I wasn't planning on doing any D's, but S through C, we got like a pretty even amount. We got Amanda, Khabib, Stipe at S, Izzy, Kamara, and Valentina at A, Alexander Volkanovsky and Whaley Zhang at B, and Davison Yan and other Yan, but it's his last name, at C. So yeah, people, that's my tier list for the current 2020 UFC champions in terms of their championness. That's not a word. But if you disagree, that's cool. Let me know about it in the comment section below. Tell me what I should change and what you think is the proper order for these rankings. But that's all I got for you guys. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, check me out on Instagram and Twitter. And check out my backup YouTube channel. This is just in case this one gets banned because of copyright or whatever. The stuff I create is, protected under fair use. But that can be kind of shaky on YouTube. So if you want to make sure that I don't completely disappear from your life if you enjoy these breakdowns, subscribe to the backup channel. And there will be more MMA content on that channel as well. So look forward to that. But yeah, peace.